Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tales from the Fandom, the podcast that brings a special guest out of the multiverse and straight to you. Today's episode is brought to you by In the Reads. In the Reads provides beautiful, affordable artwork of the vibrant worlds found within your favorite books, TV, and films. From all wood bookmarks featuring illustrations and quotes from such fandoms as Star Wars, The Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Outlanders, and more, to fantasy and real-life maps drawn in the style of Tolkien. Go to inthereads.com and check out what is available. Like something? Use code TALES10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. A link will be in the show notes along with the code. And now, let's get to the episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Tales from the Fandom. I am joined today by a guest that I happen to have stumble across me on Instagram, and we've been following each other for a little bit, and I am so excited to have Vicki joining me today, but you might know her on Instagram as Vicksipixiecosplay. Vicki, how are you?
Hello! Hi, I'm doing pretty good today. So excited to be here.
I know. I'm so excited. We've been working on this for a little bit, just trying to get everything together, and now here you are. And you had messaged me like a week or two ago, and you're like, I need to add this fandom to our topic of conversation, and I was like, absolutely.
It is so important. Oh my gosh. I was so excited that we had this in common.
I know, and I just want to say, for those that are listening, like, we would be done with this show. My family would be done with it, but between travel and then coming down sick with the COVID that we all happen to just get all at the same time. Yeah, we're as of recording, we're still 4 out of 5 of us, but we would have finished the show by now if it hadn't been for being sick and being sequestered into different rooms in the house. But we're going to be talking about the Owl House, which is something that I was recommended by a previous guest to, as something we should watch, and we made it our family. We finished Gravity Falls, and we started the Owl House, and we haven't finished it, like I've said, but it's so good.
So good. And I have to ask before we start talking, which episode are you up to? So I hopefully don't give you too many spoilers.
Gosh, whatever episode Disney Plus ran out on, and then was like, no, there's no more Owl House for you. I think it's like midway through season 2.
Okay, so Hollow Mind must have been the last one. So the one they go into the
yes, when
Emperor's Mind.
The Emperor's Mind, yes, that's the last one.
Okay, I'll try not to spoil things because it's such a wild ride to see it yourself. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Now, how did you get into the Owl House? Like, what was the thing that drew you to that show?
It was pure curiosity. So on TikTok, I'm scrolling, and because I do like cosplay, there's a bunch of different Owl House cosplays that just showed up. I'm like, what is this? This is so weird. There's this lady with wild hair and just a red dress. What is this? And people were like, oh, it's so good though. But it's so good. I'm like, I guess I have time today. Maybe I will search for this show because I had run out of episodes on all my other shows. Like, I guess we'll try it. First episode, Lion, Witch, and the Warden. Witch and the Warden. I was just hooked. All the little talk about but be yourself, and here's your found family, and you get to explore the world, and you don't have to fit into a box. I'm like, my heart just melted right there. And I kept watching. I think I binged through 10 episodes because it was so cute. Had my daughter with me, and she was we were both watching it. She's not even 1, but I say she was watching. And it turned out to be super inclusive and positive, and my heart just kept melting with every episode. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfection right here. Oh.
It is so good. And the thing that I saw like recently because there's drama and not cool stuff happening with a certain wizarding community and wizarding
Yes. They who
writers
shall
and
not be
stuff,
named.
right? And somebody had suggested, like, let's get rid of that and replace it with the Owl House, and it really intrigued me. Like, that was an intriguing
Yes.
concept of, oh, that sounds like that's number one, that's high praise, like, of like, okay, this show can replace it. But after watching it and really just getting into the characters, like, I'm down for that. Like, let's replace it all.
Yes, that is exactly how I try to tell people, like, okay, it's like Schmer Schmotter, but very gay and very accepting and in my opinion, a little bit better.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it so much. I would have really, really enjoyed having this representation for so many characters. Like, there's a non-binary character. There's a lesbian character. There is a bi character. I would have loved that when I was little. If I knew that was okay to have. So cool. Oh.
Absolutely. And the characters are all, like, even if you don't like them, like, obviously there's certain characters that are you're geared to not like, but they're all really well done.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know if I liked Hootie, the weird noodle owl, at the beginning. I'm like, do we like him? We were making fun of him. I don't know. It's a noodle. It's annoying, but it's an owl also. I don't know what to think of this. What? Yeah.
Yeah, Hootie was one of those characters where at first it's like, I really don't like you. Like, you're just too much, right? And then after a certain point it's like, you know what, Justin, there's always just enough Hootie. Like,
he grows on you as he grows in himself in his little noodle form. What? Endless Hootie. He has such heart, especially in the second season. We're like, oh, interacting with Lilith. I'm like, oh, you are so sweet, aren't you? You little owl noodle, you.
now, out of all the characters, I have to know, like, do you have a favorite? Is there one that you love more than the others?
Okay, my favorite is Amity. She starts off as the bully, and I know people cannot like her in season 1. I thought I was gonna absolutely hate her. But then we realized, like, why she is the way she is, and it just kind of reminded me of myself, because I grew up in a very, like, strict household, and they're like, you can't watch Schmurry Schmarter, because it was all witchcraft and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, so suppressing all of my, like, creativity and wanting to explore the world. And I could see, like, through her parents, the absent father and the overbearing mother, I'm like, those were my parents. Oh my gosh. But she broke free from that, and she decided, no, I'm gonna love who I want to love. No, I'm gonna do what I want to do in the world. It's just so sweet. I love her 2 bits. I also dye my hair ridiculous colors as well. So I'm thinking, do I need cotton candy purple in my life? Maybe. I thought about green. I'm like, I don't look good in green hair, but the only reason I want green hair is Amity. Oh my goodness. No, Amity's perfection in my book. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she, like, her character at the start, you're geared to be like, oh gosh, like, there's Amity, right? And then just like her and her relationship with Luz, and just her relationship overall, like with the other characters, like with Willow, and just seeing their dynamic from what it is currently, and then like what it was in the past, and it's just such an interesting show. Like, every episode, I'm not sure what I'm going to get with it, but it's always something good.
It is so sweet and showing that, people can change, and it's okay, and you can let them change and grow. And also, you don't have to like forgive people right away. Like Willow took a long time to come around to everything. It was so, oh, their whole relationship is so adorable. Oh my gosh.
Now at the school they have like all those different at Hexside, so they have
the tracks.
They have all the different tracks, right? Like the School of Magic and Demonics, and they've got all the tracks going on. Is there a track that you would be more appropriate, like one that you would like? I guess
Oh
like
my gosh.
the one that you would be going towards. Like which way would you go?
Oh my gosh. I think I'd have to pull a loose and be like, so these are all really cool. Can I please study them all? And it would be really cool because now that Luce has blazed the trail, that I would be allowed to study everything. Because I'm like, potions? Super cool. Plants? I want to learn how to not kill all of my plants. Abomination magic? I want a buddy every time I just want to build a abomination buddy. Yeah, of course. I want to do it all. That sounds so fun. I would have killed to be in a wizarding world. So, if I could study all the tracks, yes.
Yeah, that I would love, like, there's so many different options, and I love how they're like broken in. Like I would totally not be a bard. I'm just gonna say like bard and beekeeping.
Bard's out.
Probably potions. No plants. I kill everything. Like I don't know where I would end up. Probably like
there's like construction too.
Yeah,
there's illusions.
I think I'd find myself somewhere in like the construction illusion type thing, and that'd be it. But it's definitely something where I'm like, at least like there's options. There's so many options.
There's so many, and it's not like this other wizarding school that had only 4 options and you get stuck in them.
I like that, like near the start of the show that they joked and they were like, "Oh yeah, we had to choose." Oh
my gosh!
But it attacked the student, and we had to like keep it locked away.
I think I caught a couple of disses to the other magic show. I'm like, okay, you are not shying away from this. This is funny that you're so self-aware, y'all. Writers. I think there was one episode, it might be part of the ones that you haven't watched, but Luce was like, hey, if we had time for like 20 more adventures, we would, but we don't, so we're gonna go do this. And that was totally a diss at, hey, Disney made a shortened season for season 3 instead of giving them a full season. Disney pretty much canceled it, so they're definitely calling them out of like episodes are 20 episodes to a season, so you could have had more, but no.
Yeah, that was really surprising to me, and that their Disney's response, or the response from the creator, was like, it's not the show's doing bad and not doing well in the ratings, it's that it doesn't fit the Disney brand because of what the show has inside.
And it makes me so mad, but I'm glad to see new shows like this, and I see possibilities opening up every day. I wish we could get more Owl House. We do just have the season 3 to look forward to, and you've got the rest of season 2, which is fantastic, by the way. Oh my gosh. Get ready for tears. But, so sad. So sad.
What would you like to? And oh gosh, I don't want to go. Let's say they were going to make a spin-off, right? Like somehow they make a spin-off of the Owl House. Like who or what would you love to see them do, or like in the Owl House world, what would you like to see them like focus on?
Honestly, I wanted more like day-to-day episodes, like class episodes. I want to see like Luce and Amity interact, and they'll Abomination class, or I want to see Liz mess up some potions, or I want to see more just daily shenanigans, just them being kids, because I think that's just fun. I think that's adorable.
It is always nice to have those like day to day, especially like in school settings, like because
Yeah.
you get to see like even like the background characters that you see often, like just doing
Oh my
things, and
gosh.
that's always such a cool concept.
I would like to bring in Hunter to the school and see what he would choose, and just, yeah. Oh, that'd be so cute. So cute.
It would be. I need more. Like, and I know I'm gonna be disappointed after, finally finishing the second season and not having much to look forward to, because there's so many other shows, and not to bag on like other shows, but there's so many other shows that get too many seasons, and then
Oh
there's
my
shows that don't get
gosh.
enough.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm grateful for the shows that go on forever. What was it? I don't know. How I Met Your Mother goes on forever, and I'll put it on in the background. And I'm like, this is great. But, like, some shows mean a lot. Like Owl House, and it deserves 5 seasons at least. Come on. Come on.
Absolutely, and the only thing that I can hope for as like somebody that enjoys like these kind of shows is I hope that more get made. I hope that creators
Yes.
continue to like push the envelope, even if they're working for Disney or Netflix or Hulu or whoever they happen to, sign up with. I hope that we continue getting this kind of like representation in media for everyone.
I hope so. And I can see doing little steps and forward, but we have a long way to go still.
Mm-hmm. Now, on top of the Owl House, which I feel like we almost didn't talk about Hootie enough, but
Right?
we'll have to have like a Hootie special episode like in the future.
He deserves his own like 2-hour special. It's just Hootie.
Tales from the Fandom presents Hootie in a 2-hour special.
As long as he is.
but Hootie aside, the next fandom that you're into, which I will be upfront, I don't think I've read any. I don't know. I'm sure I've watched a few, but like we're going to be talking about Jane Austen.
Yeah, so instead of going forward in time, we're gonna take the clock way back to the Regency period.
I feel like I was just there, but by the time this episode comes out, the previous Regency episode will be a little bit in the past, which is all good. But how did you get into the world of Jane Austen? Was it reading? Was it through like TV shows or movies? Like, where did you get your start in this?
I started by reading the books. I was a child who would devour whole books that were way above my reading level for like a 3rd or 4th grader. So these were books assigned. No, I don't know if they were assigned at school yet. I think I just picked them up because I was reading like similar books, and I'm like, oh, well, I've heard of Jane Austen. This is really cool. Let's read it. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Because when you read the books, you don't realize, like, some people are like, oh, she's really boring. I'm like, no. You aren't reading it right. Like, Jane Austen is really witty, but she has, like, a dry British humor. So, like, she'll be insulting some dumb guy who's in her books, but doing it in such a way that they don't know that they're being insulted, which is hilarious to watch. You're like, oh, she just said that. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Or just the way she describes things. Hilarious. Oh my gosh. And there's like, let's see, there's Emma, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, Mansfield Park. Oh, I feel like I'm forgetting some. She has a couple of unfinished novels too, like Sandition. Oh my gosh. There's not that many. She died pretty young, and I started with Pride and Prejudice, made my way through all of them. Emma is my favorite book. It's about, funnily enough, a spoiled little rich girl that you're not like really supposed to like, but she's just so sassy and funny and unaware of the world. You're like, you're so silly. I like you. So great.
So you got your start in the books. You like the writing. Do you continue in, like, after like reading them as like movies are made or the TV movies are made? Do you like start to watch those, or is it just like where do you continue?
Oh my gosh. When I discovered that, yes, they also made movies, I went, there was a section in my library for movies. I'm like, oh my gosh, we must watch these. And then I realized after watching like all of the movies, not only was there one movie of each of the novels, there were multiple versions of each of the novels. And some of them were better than others. Like there's two Sense and Sensibilities, which are so great for different ways. There's actually, like, my favorite novel is Emma. My favorite movie is also Emma. And there's 3 different Emma movies that are amazing. Everyone always asks, like, well, which version of Emma is your favorite? I'm like, no, you don't understand. All 3 of these versions are perfect in their own ways. There's like a 1998, somewhere in the 1990s, with Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's just so sassy and so cute, and her outfits are so great. And then there's 2007 version. I think it's 7. Oh my gosh, if I get this wrong, I am going to kick myself later. But it's like a little mini series, and it's so adorable. And then they just came out with another one, so y'all might have seen it in theaters. 2020 version, 20 or 21, I think it's 20. Oh, so adorable, and it's updated so that it's like the Gwyneth Paltrow, I will admit, is a little bit slower. So if you're not into like the British humor, you might be like, oh, this is kind of boring. What's going on? There's like some proposals, and like they're kind of making sarcastic comments to each other. I don't know what's going on. If you're not into that, there's updated versions, and there's going to be, well, it's going to be already out when this podcast is out, so go watch it on Netflix now. There's going to be a new Persuasion out on Netflix as a mini-series, and they hadn't redone this one in a while, so I'm really excited. Persuasion's not my favorite book or movie, but I'm excited because I don't know what they're going to do with it. Are you going to make it for modern audiences, or what are you going to do? I don't know. I'm so excited.
I think I've heard of the Persuasion series coming to Netflix because I keep hearing it, like seeing it pop up on occasion on Twitter. I'm like, oh, that's something. Like, I don't know if it's something for me, but I keep seeing it.
Right? I think it's gonna be pretty cool, and I really like how they're modernizing for audiences nowadays. Because I have a friend who like swears by the 5-hour Pride and Prejudice. And I'm like, that's great. You love whichever versions that you love. I support it. Everyone has their favorite Mr. Darcy. But I also love that with these new versions, I can get people into Jane Austen so much easier. Because if you're gonna sit through a 45-minute episode or a 5-hour film, which one are you gonna rather do if you know nothing about this fandom? Probably gonna sit through the 45-minute episode. Then I can talk to you about, hey, look at all this stuff.
And I will say, like, if I'm watching a TV series, I got to give it at least 3 episodes before I'm like, okay, I can't fake it, or this is good.
See? Yeah. And I'm so excited. There's going to be new Jane Austen fans already with Bridgerton. I was like, oh my gosh, people are discovering the Regency era again. I'm going to be so excited because they're going to make more Austen because people love it. And sure enough, here comes Persuasion around the corner. I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Northanger Abbey is one that I hope, I really, really hope that they make a new version because it's campy. It is gothic. It makes fun of itself. It was Jane Austen's first, I think it's her first finished novel. And it's so silly. And I don't think people realize that it is silly when it's trying to be kind of gothic, kind of scary, but also really silly. And I think I think modern audiences would really love that if the person who makes it understands Austen. That has to be the catch.
Now, what is it about Jane Austen and her works that really just hooks you? Like, what are the things that keeps you coming back for it?
It's got to be her sassiness. It's still, the humor of it still holds up. And you think that, oh, these books are so outdated, like they were written a while ago. I mean, a bit of it's outdated because, history, it's in the past. But her humor is just so poignant. I'm like, this is hilarious, guys. It's situational, it's dry, it's British, but it just makes me smile every single time. And I'm sure it's a bit of nostalgia because I grew up reading these and grew up watching these with my family and with my friends and trying to make them watch them. But I'm like, this is great. It's a little love story, a little humor. What more can you want?
Now, there's a lot of Jane Austen characters. I know you mentioned Emma as your favorite, everything. You'll take all the Emmas. Now, is Emma the character your favorite character in the world of Jane Austen, or is there more is there another character in something else that you're like, you know what, I love Emma, but I like this character more?
I think it's still Emma. I know she can be a really terrible person, honestly, but she's so entertaining. I think, what's not to like about her? I know a lot of people discovered that with the new movie that came out in the past couple of years. They're like, oh, well, this is kind of fun. So silly. She learns her lessons and she learns how to be a better person. And she's still a privileged little rich girl. And I'm like, you are such a terrible person and I should hate you. But you're entertaining to watch. I love it. Love it so much. Yeah.
All right. Let's say you're me, okay? Or let's say you're you, and you're gonna recommend to me, what would you recommend me get into? Especially let's skip the books because people don't have time to read anymore. That's not something that happens. But if you were gonna recommend an Austen work of movie or TV, where would you point me to get me in, to hook me into your world?
2005, Pride and Prejudice, or 2020 Emma, if you're feeling like you want to watch a little mischievous gal. But 2005, Pride and Prejudice is, in my opinion, a masterpiece, and it's what a lot of people know. It's just pretty, and you gotta know Mr. Darcy. He's a staple of the Austen community. If you don't know who Mr. Darcy is, then you don't know Austen.
And I know I would be remiss to not mention this because I have friends that watch this, but the Lizzie Bennet Diaries on YouTube.
Gosh.
I know I watched them for a few episodes, but I couldn't hang with it. But I know that they were really into it as from that Jane Austen perspective.
It is so, so adorable. Did you know they also did an Emma one called Emma Approved? Those are the only two that I know of they did. Oh no, they also did totally off the Austen train, but they did a Frankenstein one, but I liked it because her name was Victoria Frankenstein, and that's my name, so that is way off topic, but they did Emma and Pride and Prejudice. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. Yay.
Well, there's definitely a lot of stuff out there if people are interested, for Jane Austen, because, the work's been around a while.
It's been around a while. Yeah.
Just a little bit. I'm sure you could eventually stumble across something where it really is like, that's the thing for me. Like, it might not be Emma for me, but it might be something else for me. Maybe it'll be Persuasion.
It's a truth universally acknowledged that you'll probably find a piece of Jane Austen media that you'll like.
Exactly. Now, Vicki, one of the things, and the thing that connects us together on top of this, or besides this podcast episode that we're doing here, is you stumbled across me, and I found you stumbling across me, because that's how this thing works on the mighty internet. But you cosplay.
I do. I make all the costumes of things that I like. Yeah.
How did you first get into doing cosplay? Like, what's your origin story?
I got into cosplay not knowing that I was getting into cosplay. Yeah, it kind of took me by surprise and grabbed me and pulled me under. No. So my sister was actually the one who, my younger sister, the oldest of 9, my goodness, she was really into like making her own clothes and following different patterns, and she had like made this green dress for herself, and she had extra fabric, and she's like, hey, you know what we could do with this extra fabric? We can make an Anna dress. And I'm like, oh yeah, because it was like right around the time Frozen was coming out. I'm like, yeah, and we can make you an Elsa dress. And so we went like thrifting, and then we bought a couple of like other little pieces, and we made Anna's coronation dress for me, and her the Elsa dress, because I'm the bubbly sister, and even though I'm the older one, and she's the little more reserved sister. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And we didn't really do much else, but we like pranced around our house and took some pictures. And I went to college, and my roommate was like, so, can I tell you about conventions? And she was kind of into cosplay. I'm like, well, this is kind of cool. And I'm like, I have this Anna cosplay, and we saved up because we were broke college students. And we went one day, because we could only afford one day, to Rose City Comic Con. And I fell in love. I was like, all these kids are so happy that Anna's here. The Princess Anna's here in person. Isn't that so cool? So I was so hooked, and I started making a Rapunzel, and I made an Anastasia next, or the other way around. I'm not exactly sure. And I loved it. I loved the community that I found, and making people smile, and just having a way to express my creativity through making things. And I got better and better. So cool.
So you stumbled into it, almost, not even, like, it wasn't even you. You were like, hey, there's fabric, and, we'll bust out a costume. And then you went off to college. It's like someone else is like, let me introduce you to the world of cosplay and conventions. And man, you just fell down that rabbit hole.
Oh, deep. Oh, so deep. Bye. See ya. And it's been like 8 or 9 years since that first costume's like, oh, no, it's here to stay. Sorry.
Now, scrolling through your Instagram, there's a lot of different cosplays across a wide number of fandoms, which is something that I always love, because it's like, yeah, you could do the one particular cosplay, or you could do like the bajillion cosplays from multi fandoms. What have been some of your favorites to do, or not even just to like make, but to like wear, or to be cosplaying that character?
I think Disney is something that I just really love, because I love seeing kids' faces just light up. Like, if your hero just walked off the screen, you'd be like, oh my gosh. And that's just so magical. So magical. So I've done Rapunzel and Anna are my favorite Disney princesses, and I've done several versions of them, like Regency and oh my goodness, I cannot remember the other versions that I've done now. Rococo, so a lot of historical ones. 1920s, I've done Megra. Yeah, just lots of different Disney makes people really happy.
Well, I know your time is limited, so if people want to check out your work, your cosplay work, what are the best places for them to do so?
So my Instagram, which is Vicksipixiecosplay, or I also have a TikTok, which I think you can find by Vicksipixiecosplay, or Pride and Prejudice 9, which is also a Jane Austen reference.
And not a Fast and the Furious reference at all.
No.
Well, Vicki, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule. I know it is a little bit abbreviated, but thank you so much for being a guest. I'm super excited to have you on for this episode.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for having to go.
Thank you for listening to Tales from the Fandom. Subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcast app of choice. Follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/talesfromthefandom to see photos, links, leave feedback, and check out upcoming guests. If you'd like to be a guest, email David at talesfromthefandom@gmail.com.